Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to be making a baguette bag, and these are the patterns that we are going to be using. So if you want tutorial on how I draft this pattern, the accurate measurement, you want pattern alteration for other baguette designs, then you have to join my community, the Vinpat tribe. That is where I drop tutorials, where you meet people of like minds, where you get to connect with me, ask me question, post your work for assessment, correction, and also for repost. The community is really an interesting one and a fun one. The fee is just 3,000 naira. So if you're interested, check the description for details. So now let's get right into the sewing tutorial. For the first episode of this series, we are going to be using our old jean to make a baguette bag. So this is the jean, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut it. I want to actually turn it to a short, and I don't want the down part of it to waste. So I'm just going to cut out the short and then use the remaining one to make the baguette bag. So I decided to use an old cloth so that you can easily make use of what you have to practice. So now we're going to be using this down part to make the baguette bag. So I'm going to go ahead and cut all the pieces we need and show us how they look like. So these are all the pieces. So we have this main body. We have two pieces of this main body. I already went ahead to cut two pieces of this main body for the jean material. And I also went ahead to cut two pieces of the lining. And this is how it looks like. So I added a little bit of allowance to the lining so that we can easily join it and cut off the excess once we are done. And you see just a little bit of allowance. So the next thing I also went ahead to do is to also cut fiber for all the pieces. So we have two pieces of fiber for the main body. I also make sure to add allowance to the fiber. We can trim off the excess once we are done. I also went ahead to cut the band, one piece of the band, and I also cut the fiber and the lining for the band. So we already have all our pieces. I also added allowance to the lining and the fiber. Now we have the strap. I want it to be an actual shoulder bag. I want it to be something that you can put on your shoulder and it's going to be comfortable. It's not going to fall off. So I want the strap to be long. So I made the width 3.5 and the length 25 inches. So because I want the strap to be thick, I'm going to be using this belt for the inside. So the length of the belt is 24 inches. It's just 1 inch shorter than the main strap. So now we have the zipper clothes. I'm going to be using this blue zipper clothes, and we also have the zipper head. It's also a blue zipper head. Yeah, that's basically everything we need for this tutorial. It's time to sew, and first thing we're going to do is to join the fiber to the main material, the jean material that we are using. Once I'm done joining, I'm just going to trim off the excess and repeat the same process with the other main body. The next thing we're going to do is to join the band to the fiber and then trim off the excess just like we did with the main body. Now, these are all the pieces we have so far. We have the two main body, the fiber is already attached to them, and then we have the band, the fiber is already attached to it. The next thing we're going to do is to attach the zipper clothes, just like you see me do. This part is so important, so you have to take your time to actually attach the zipper clothes to the main body. So this is what we have. Now I'm going to remove the second part of the zipper clothes and attach it to the other side of the baguette bag. And this is how they both look like once we are done attaching the zipper clothes. The next thing is to bring our lining and attach it one after the other. So we are going to repeat the same process with the other one also. Just watch the way I'm doing it. It's self-explanatory. Just like when we're attaching the zipper cloth to the main body, this part is very important. You have to take your time to join the lining to the main body so that you don't mistakenly run your stitch on the zipper cloth while sewing. The next thing we're going to do now is to flip it to the other side and then top stitch. Now I'm just going to go ahead and trim off the excess lining, then repeat the same process with the other main body. So now it's time to work on the band. So I'm just going to go ahead and join the lining to the band, just like we did with the fiber. So we're going to join the lining to the band so we can join the band to the main body. Now it's time for us to notch the center of our band so we can notch the center of the main body too and start joining. We are going to be placing the notch on the band on the notch on the main body, then trace it to the beginning of the bag. So that's where we start joining the band to the main body. Following the same process, we are going to be joining the other main body to the band. So we're going to first of all notch the midpoint of the main body. So we're going to place the midpoint on the midpoint, or you can decide to use this method that I'm using. Just check where the other band ends, then start sewing from there. Or you can decide to also place the midpoint on the midpoint, just like we did with the first one. Any one of the two works. So you can decide to tape the inside for finishing, or we can top stitch on it just to hide the inside sewing. So I'm going to go for the option of top stitching. So I'm going to run my stitch on it. Just watch the way I'm doing it. So this is how it looks like after top stitching, and I also went ahead to repeat the same process on the other side, and this is what we have. So the next thing is to insert our zipper head. And once we are done doing that, it's time to work on our strap. So we are going to put the belt in between the material. Remember, the belt is 1 inch shorter, so we are going to leave half inch at each end and then start running our stitch on it, just like you see me do. So now we're going to fold the other ends, just like you see me do, and run our stitch on it. We are done with the strap, so the next thing is to bring in our main body so we can fix our strap. So just watch the way I'm doing it. We're going to be placing the strap in between the band at the tip. Just watch the way I'm doing. Like I said, it's very understandable. So you can decide to tape this for neat finishing. You can use lining to cover it up. So once you are done doing that, you will now flip it to the right side. You are done with that part. So now we are going to repeat the same process with the other side. But first of all, we are going to try and hold the zipper closed so that once we want to flip to the other side, the zipper head is not going to remove. It's either you use needle and thread to hold it, or if you are able to use your sewing machine to run stitch on it, you can go ahead and do it. Just watch the way I'm doing it. So once you're done doing that, you can decide to trim off the excess so that it can be easy for you to flip it to the wrong side. Then trace down the belt and insert it just like you see me do. Then run your stitch on it, tape the inside like I explained. Then you can now turn it to the right side and we are done. So this is how it looks like. We can tape the inside like I said. So now it's time to flip it to the right side and we are completely done with our bag. So I'm going to be showing us the final result. If you have come this far with me in this tutorial and you would love to be part of the community, please check the description for details and don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next episode. Bye.